So this title might piss some people off, and that's good. I'm glad you clicked because of my audacious title that I actually believe in. I'm sure I'm going to say some things that are controversial. They might piss you off. Feel free to comment something down below. Just make sure it's a coherent thought, something I can read and learn from or understand and be like, okay, I see what they're saying. Just don't make an absolute, utter ass of yourself. But the title of this video should be something along the lines of, you deserve to be depressed. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram asking me, how did you do it? How did you get happy? Which is a stupid question. And it's unfortunate that somehow your parents fucked up to the point where you literally think that I can DM you back and you'll suddenly have the blueprint on being happy in life. So unfortunate, so sad. Your parents should be ashamed, okay? I think that's the result of being raised by helicopter parents and or a Xbox and being told you're a mechanical technological wizard because you figured out how to plug the PlayStation 2 in when you were 8 years old. Look, okay, you don't get to be happy, and I hate that word. I find that people that are on the pursuit of happiness tend to only be constantly reminded of how unhappy they are, which seems ironic and not very intuitive to what they're trying to accomplish, which is being happy. I like the word fulfillment, so that's what I'm going to use instead. So in order to feel fulfilled, you need to do fulfilling things, but above all else, you need to have a baseline that allows you to do so. So for example, a lot of people will DM me being like, I'm depressed, and I'll say, what did you eat? How much sleep did you get? And how often do you exercise? And usually on all three of those metrics, they're absolutely failing miserably. And I can't help but wonder, is it audacious to wonder why I'm depressed, why I don't feel good when I don't take care of the vehicle, the vessel in which I get to experience this life in at all? Okay, it'd be kind of like, hey, Jack, my car doesn't go 200 miles an hour, let alone start. Well, does it have wheels? No. Did you put gas in it? No. Okay? Sometimes depression isn't just a chemical imbalance that we need to swallow a pill for. Sometimes it might be a huge indicator that you're doing something wrong and or not doing something that you should be doing. And a lot of people go throughout life without ever being told this, without ever being told, hey, you suck, and you should probably do this differently, otherwise you're just going to suck forever. Or, hey, this characteristic of you is absolutely unbearable and makes me not want to hang out with you. Stop doing it. A lot of people just somehow coast by without ever getting socked in the face, and it shows. Or they make it to the age of 22 and they haven't had their pee-pee touched because they've never learned that in order to be likable to that point, you have to be attractive, take care of yourself, have something to show for yourself. You should be able to bring a girl home or bring her to your apartment or whatever, or even your dorm room, and she should have a sense of, this guy has it together, sort of. I'm not saying you need to have all the answers, but she needs to feel confident that you are something of capability. You need to seem capable, okay? Like if you got stranded, you'd be able to do something about it, sort of speak. And I wish I could have explained that a little better, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. A lot of guys never learn this. They never learn that it takes hard work and discipline and a long period of time to get from point A to point B, and point B being something that is admirable, something that you can derive inherent confidence from, and then, convey that to the world when you go out. And all of a sudden, you got a little extra posture going on. Your chest pops out a little further. Your shoulders are back a little farther. Your head is up. You're making eye contact with people. You look good. You look like someone that could carry on a conversation that if I asked you, what's the meaning of life, you'd have some bullshit answer that you heard on Joe Rogan, and I'd be kind of turned on by it. You know what I'm saying? You just look like you have the answers, at least more so than someone that doesn't. If you see two guys, same dude, but one of them's like this, and the other guy's like this, which one do you want to fuck? No homo. Just be honest, okay? Don't make me answer that, and you don't feel like you need to answer that in the comment section. I'm just saying, a lot of guys go throughout life without learning the basic fundamentals of becoming a man, a better person, a likable person to the other sex. And so they end up being 22 and they've never faced adversity. They've never really been challenged. They've never been in a fight. They never had to accomplish anything or get over an obstacle. And all of a sudden they're 22 with weed, porn, and video games, and they're wondering, oh my God, why can't I get a girl like me? When all of the lessons that they should be learning are pushed aside, because why would you ever try to do anything or take care of yourself when you can floor your dopamine by smoking on something and playing a video game. Okay, it's a serious problem that not enough people are talking about. Okay, there's a reason that like NoFap is a serious thing. I'm not going to sit here and preach the medical benefits of it, okay? But I will certainly preach the cognitive benefits of it, okay? If you go for a month without nutting, you're going to naturally start to figure, like your brain is going to naturally help you figure out how to get laid. And usually, things that are considered attractive within society are also extremely beneficial and also have the implication that it's bettering you from the previous you. So for example, like getting more money, becoming physically fit, having a bigger house, a faster car, being more charismatic, more worldly, a better understanding of yourself and other people. All these different things are considered more attractive, but they also benefit you, which is more important than anything. Okay? Don't work out because I said so while I was sitting here in my underwear and a fucking golf hat that I've never worn while playing golf. No. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself because you have all this angst and this energy and this masculinity, this aggression, this volatility that you don't get to use in life, okay? Unfortunately, at least in my hometown, there is no place for a guy to be a guy. There just isn't. And every time there is temporarily, it ends up being monetized with women and alcohol and suddenly it's called a bar, okay? There's no place for a dude to be a dude, okay? Sometimes you'll notice that there's a lot of built-up aggression like when a guy gets drunk at a bar, you hate to see it. He hits on a girl, and he just doesn't have it because he's never learned the hard way that you need to have something to show, provide, talk about, or at least convey. Like you have to have like something for her to latch onto and be attracted to. He just doesn't got it, and he ends up talking to her. He got 2 beers in each hand with a fucking Full Send hoodie on and a Coors Light hat. And it's going no, I'm not going to do him that dirty, but it's going backwards. Hey, babe, what you doing? What are you doing after this? And she says, fuck off. And then this is the worst thing you've ever seen. All right, fuck you, bitch, slut, whore, ugly bitch, and then walks away. If you've never seen that before, be certain that it is some of the worst shit you could ever see. You're witnessing a dude that used to be a child, used to be a baby. He used to play baseball and, make his parents proud, and now he's just this fucking loser. Okay? And I can't help but assume it has a lot to do with the fact that he doesn't take care of himself and he's never learned that discipline and hard work allow you to not only do cool things, but you become more likable. 90% of the benefits in life, especially the benefits of being successful, are derived from simply being likable. Okay, if you're rich and famous, but you did it by killing people, no one's going to want to hang. I'm sorry. They're just not going to. Okay, if you drive around in a Range Rover, but you made all that money on OnlyFans, no one's going to like you. Like, there's no respect to be derived from that. You have to not only be successful and smart and, take care of yourself, but you have to be likable. And the number one way to learn this is to begin the path of reaching your genetic potential, so that you can expel that masculine energy, that just that angst, that anger, that aggression that a lot of people don't get to use. It's why you see guys playing video games, just screaming their heads off. They got a neck beard. They're wearing the same hoodie they've been wearing for 4 days. Their armpits have turned to stone from the sweat. I mean, they can't even lift their arms anymore. Their hoodie is like fossilized at this point from the armpit sweat. It's disgusting. Been there, done that. I was in middle school, but I'm not anymore, is what I'm saying. That's normal when you don't have a car and you don't know how babies are made. But when you're 22 and that's the only thing you're doing, you've got a serious fucking problem, okay? And I'm not saying that because I don't like video games or because I think video games are a waste of time. I'm just saying most likely you'd rather be doing other things. Okay, step 1, take care of yourself. Reach your genetic potential. Not only because it'll benefit you more than anything, but it'll also benefit the relationships that you have around you. You'll make better friends or strengthen the friendships you already have. You'll get along with people better. You'll be more patient, understanding. If you decide you like a girl one day, you'll have a far better chance of maintaining that relationship because you won't blow up on her when she suddenly disagrees with your politics, because you have all this energy and angst and aggression that you just don't let out anywhere else. Okay, so do it for yourself and do it for the other people around you, but also do it because you get to learn the benefits of accomplishing, of striving, of avoiding instant gratification, of the pursuit of of yourself, of like reaching your best self. Okay? You're this person, but you could be this person. I don't care how funny or exciting or how great you think your life is. If you're fat, it could be better. Okay? Word. There's no inherent disease or mechanism, unless you've done it to yourself, that makes you fat. Okay? Human beings are not born with some kind of like thing that just guarantees that you're going to be fat. Now, it can be harder for other people to get into shape. That's undeniable. But this idea that you'll run into when you start working out and people start picking up on it, maybe you post it on social media, your parents find out. You know, when I started working out, my parents were like, or especially my grandma, you know, you don't have to look like this for anyone. You know, love yourself. Be comfortable with who you are. It's like, no. Reject the feminization of yourself. Okay? Reject it at all costs. Okay? That is not cool. When you see someone that wants to better themselves and all they're getting is questions from other people, why would you do that? I remember when I started MMA. Why would you want to do that? That's crazy. You're going to get hurt. No shit. You know what? I'd rather be hurt in a ring once a year than get my feelings hurt every time someone said something mean at me or about me, or get upset every time someone cut me off, or not feel like I can handle myself in a confrontation every time I go out. Okay? I hate to break it to you, but I'm 22 now, and there's a lot of guys that are finishing up college around my age, and they're realizing, oh, my life is about to really suck when I enter that cubicle. And all of a sudden, they get really drunk to escape that reality, and they look to the left of the bar, and they see my pretty ass, looks like I'm straight out of TikTok, multi-millionaire, self-made, and then it doesn't really help their ego. And then they decide they want to fucking fight me. This has happened like, I think 4 times. I don't go out that often, so that's a lot. That's like, I'd say that it happens about 10% of the time that I go out. And I never know these people, but like it always starts off, you look like Bryce Hall. And I'm like, thank you. I'm not going to be offended by that whatsoever. It wasn't a compliment. That literally happened to me one time, word for word. It was very weird, and it didn't help that the dude looked like fucking an ugly version of Diego from Dora the Explorer. Smelled like cat-pissed carpet. But I digress. Listen, reach your genetic potential for yourself, for the people around you, and for the learning experience. Because it doesn't matter how you make your millions or how you got the girl of your dreams. If you don't have any emotional intelligence or maturity or the ability to contain yourself when you need to, because you just have all this bald anger, okay, you're screwed. You're going to ruin everything one day. So before you do anything else, focus on yourself, your health. Sleep more. Eat healthy. Cut out the refined sugars. Cut out the carbohydrates. Cut out the vegetable oils. The only vegetable oils you should be consuming are olive oil, avocado oil, and then those two, really. And then palm oil is okay, and coconut oil is okay. Okay, they have a very low amount of trans fat that gets produced as you're digesting it in comparison to something like canola oil or sunflower oil. Avoid those at all costs. Avoid fried food. Do that. Sleep 8 hours a day. I know that people say like 6 is okay. No, 8 or 9. Do it. Trust me. I've measured my own. I've studied this too much. I have a lot of free time. You want to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep every single day, especially if you're a teenager or a young adult. Do it. Work out. And then while you're doing this, consider what other hobbies you could have that would make this a lot easier. You know, a lot of people think that exercise is painful or boring or miserable. It's not. Figure out ways to make it fun. Get your friends involved. There's plenty of ways to do it. And if you don't have any friends that want to get involved, you might have another problem on your hands that you really might want to consider even before you decide to start the journey to reach your genetic potential. But that was the meat and potatoes, if you will, of this video. Take care of yourself, because no one is going to make you do it. You might even run into people that'll try to point you the other direction. And yeah, that's really it. Take care of yourself for all the reasons that I've already mentioned, and understand that it's not because you want to look good. I mean, obviously that's a benefit, but you feel good. Not only that, you feel good enough within yourself that you can treat other people good. And when you treat other people good, they treat you good or treat you well. And that makes you feel good. And all of a sudden, the opportunities and the social life expands, all because you saw Jack Brinkman, while in his underwear, talk about how you need to get fit. And if you're watching this and you're overweight, understand that doesn't have to be the case. And I understand that a lot of people have different lives. It's more difficult for certain people than it is for others. It's not hard for me, okay? Although I am a very scrawny person naturally. I mean, look at my wrists. It's bad. But I have a lot of free time to work out, and I have the funds to, financially maintain a very healthy eating habits. Like I eat a prime rib every single day. I drink a meal replacement by Health Code every single day. My supplements, I spend like $3,000 to $4,000 a month on my food and my nutrition and my supplements. I know that not everyone can do that, but understand that you can reach about 90% of the benefits with like $1,000 a month, which might still be too much for some of you. And if that's the case, get your money up. But hopefully you heard what I said, listened, and learned something. And if you didn't, fuck off. But I hope you did, because this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to realize, and unfortunately and fortunately, it was the most beneficial. So I hope you enjoyed.